Hi there, I'm Cathi from Software Solutions, and this is the last of a collection of videos that accompanies my Microsoft Excel, the Essentials Level 1 course. So if you have the opportunity to check out the earlier videos, please do so. The purpose of this video is to look at printing, which can be a real challenge depending on the size of your spreadsheet. So I want to look at some of the options available to you to get it to print properly. I've got this list in front of me called products, and what I'd like to do is go Control P. I could go File and Print in the ribbon, but it's just as quick to go Control P to Print Preview. Now once I'm in Print Preview, what I see in the bottom center of my screen here is this is a 4-page report. So let's say they say you've got to print it on 1 page. Well, if that's the case, the quickest solution is to put it to A3. Now, if you click this A4 option here, these are all your paper sizes. If you don't see A3 in the list, then maybe the printer that you're have selected, doesn't support A3 paper. In which case, if you just want to test these options, just change your printer to Microsoft Print to PDF. Microsoft Print to PDF will allow you to choose A3. Immediately I can see I've gone from a 4-page report down to a 1-page report, and everything fits on 1 page. Now because I've got a little bit of extra room here, I could actually increase the size of what's printed and utilize this space. To increase the size, I'm going to go into this page setup hyperlink, and we have the option scaling. At the moment it's 100% normal size, but I'm going to take it up to 110. And if I go OK, it increases the size of the text and uses the space a little bit more effectively instead of having a blank area. So that's how you could easily get it to 1 page, change it to A3 and then increase the scaling. But more than likely, you're not able to choose A3. More than likely, you have to get it to print on A4. If that's the situation, let's put the paper size back to A4. Now, given that it's A4, you can see here page 1 of 4, so it's gone back to being 4 pages. And if we click this triangle to the right, we'll see the next page. So it's slightly longer than 1 page, 1.5 pages almost, and it's slightly wider than 1 page because it's got 2 columns that are falling onto pages 3 and pages 4. So you can navigate back and forward through your pages just by using these triangles. Now the other thing you can do is you can actually zoom in and zoom out. In the bottom right corner are 2 buttons. If you hit the second of the 2 buttons, you'll actually zoom in to see how readable your text is. And if you click the same second button again, you'll zoom out. If you click the first button, you're able to see your margins, and you can visually adjust your margins if you wish. And I'm going to turn the margins off. So what I'd like to do first of all is put it back to 100% where it originally was. I'm going to go back into this page setup hyperlink here and change the scaling back to 100%. So this is 100% normal size, it's portrait, it's A4, and that's pretty common. We still have 4 pages, and if I look at pages 3, I still have 2 columns fitting on page 3 and 2 columns on page 4. So let me go back to page 1 and try the first of these 2 buttons to show my margins. By showing my margins, I could reduce the right and the left margin enough to let those 2 columns fit on the first and second page. So to reduce my left margin, I'm going to grab this vertical line and drag it to the left, about there. I'm going to drag this vertical line and drag it to the right, about there. I can immediately see I've got 2 extra columns now. Unit price and discount are now appearing on page 1. I can also see I've gone from 4 pages to 2 pages. So if I move to page 2, I can see that those 2 columns are now fitting on pages 1 and 2. I can turn off the show margins, and now I've got it from 4 pages to 2 pages, and it's sitting on A4. Okay. What other options have we got? So those are those 2 buttons in the bottom right corner. Those are your navigation options. We've gone into page setup a couple of times. Let's go in there and fully have a look at what's in there. When we go into page setup, we have the option of printing in portrait, straight up and down, or in landscape. Let's try landscape and OK. So this has given us 3 pages. Page 1's fully utilised, page 2's fully utilised, and then there's just a couple of lines on page 3. Let's fix that. I'll go back to page 1. I'll go back to page setup. So I want it in landscape, but I'm going to tell it fit to 1 page wide and 2 pages tall, not 3. And that'll get those 2 little lines that are falling on page 3 to go up and onto page 2. So fit to 1 page wide by 2 pages tall, A4, landscape, and OK. So now I'm only on 2 pages instead of 3, and I'm fully utilising those 2 pages. Now let's look at this. When I look at this, it's leaning a little bit too much to the left-hand side. So I want to balance the spreadsheet horizontally on the page. So let's go back to this page setup hyperlink. I think we've got the options under page SUST, orientation, scaling, paper size. Let's have a look at margins. Now margins is where you can reduce your top, your bottom, your left and right margins. And I can see we reduced our left and right. And we use that using the show margins button. So this is where you can be specific. You know, I need the right one to be like 1 centimetre. And if it won't give it to me, I'll just type 1. So now the left is 1, the right is 1, the top is 2.5, and the bottom's 2.5. So that's where you can be specific. Whereas using the show margins button, you're working visually. But here's what I'm after. Center on the page horizontally and or vertically. And when you tick these 2 options, the little preview, I think, illustrates what they mean quite well. If I choose horizontally, you can see it's now balanced horizontally. And if I tick vertically, you can see it's just balanced itself vertically. So if I go OK, it perfectly sits on the page without me having to jiggy the margins. Okay. Now what I want to do is look at customizing the header. What text appears at the head of every page? So I'm going to go back to page setup, and now we're going to explore the header/footer section. I want to create my own custom header, so I choose custom header. Let me move this down a bit. Custom header. I want to control what appears in the left, center, and right head of the page. So I'm going to clear out what's in the centered section, and I'm going to populate these sections. In the left section, you might want to see your name or your company name or the project or whatever the spreadsheet's about. I'm going to put my name. I'm going to select my name, and using the A button, you can format any selected text to look a certain way. So maybe I want it to be bold and OK. I'm going to leave the centered section blank, and in the right section, I'm going to type the word printed and press the space bar. I want to be able to know or see what date and time this report was printed, so that if I've got 2 copies of the report, I can tell from the date and time which one's the more recent and which one to bin. So I'm going to use this button to tell me what date this report was printed. I'll press the space bar, and I'll use this button to tell me what time the report was printed. Let's go OK, and I can get a little preview here, and let's go OK again. And I can see my name is bold in the top left, and the date and time that this report is printed. These will automatically update whenever you go to print preview or you go to print this report. And they're permanently part of the design of this spreadsheet's sheet now. Let's go into page setup, and let's create a custom footer. Header, footer, custom footer. I'm going to take out what's in the centered section, and I'm going to click in the left section. I'll type the word page and press the space bar, and now I need a button that's going to number each page uniquely. So I click this button. This puts a piece of code that says page, which means it will individually number each page. And because I prefixed it with the word page, it'll go page 1, page 2, page 3. Now I'm going to press spacebar, type of, and press spacebar, and hit the 3rd button. The 3rd button is the total number of pages. So if you can imagine this is a 50-page report, it'll be page 1 of 50, page 2 of 50, page 3 of 50. Each page will tell you how many pages there are. So the idea then is people will know if they're missing a page. They'll also know if the pages are out of order. Okay, let's click in the right section, and in here I'd like to see the file and location. So I'm going to type that and press the spacebar. Here I've got a choice of 2 buttons. If I hit the one with the green Excel logo, that will just put the file name but not the location. If I click the button in front of it, that piece of code is the file name and the path, which is effectively the location. If I then press enter, I can put something on the next line down, and I want to put the sheet name on the next line down. So I type sheet name and press the space bar. If I then click this button, which has sort of got a gritty look to it, this will tell me the name of the sheet that this report comes from. So these things will automatically update because we're not actually typing the sheet name products. We are using the button. So if somebody renames the sheet, this will automatically update. If someone saves the file to a different location and with a different name, that'll automatically update. And as the pages start to increase or decrease, those page numbers will update. So nothing's in concrete. If we click OK and OK again, there is my footer, page 1 of 2. There is my file name, Cathi, and where it's located. And there's the name of my sheet, products. So think about setting up your headers and footers. Really helpful information is contained in the headers and footers, and it means that people can trace how accurate, how recent the report is, how many pages are in the report, and if they've got them all, and what's the name of the sheet, and what's the name of the file that this report comes from, in case they need to trace it back to that particular file. So the only other thing I think I'd show you under page setup, we've sort of discussed header/footer, is sheet. A common thing is whether we print the grid lines or not, and whether we show the row or column headings or not. If I turn on row and column headings and go OK, you can literally see the column headings A, B, C, D, E, and 1, 2, 3 being the rows. If I go back to page setup and turn off under sheet the row and column headings and turn off the grid lines, you get no lines and no column headings. I think this spreadsheet actually needs grid lines, so I'm going back to page setup, back to sheet, and turning on the grid lines and OK. So you can see the effect of your choices. So those are your settings. You have got some scaling options in here. You have got some margin options in here. We've looked at paper size. You can even choose portrait or landscape in here. And if you chose to print 2 copies and say they were 5 pages, it would print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 copies collated. If you only wanted to print page 2, you'd go page 2 of 2, and that would just print 1 page, which was page 2. Take those out. It's printing the active sheet, but you could print the entire workbook. Not such a common option, but you could print the entire workbook. And if you just wanted to print a selection, just a certain part of a spreadsheet, then we would have to go out of print preview and we would actually have to make that selection. So maybe I wanted to print the first 10 products. So I'll select this area here, and when I go Control P, then it's only going to print that selection, and that's what you see there. Still with the same settings. You could change that then back to printing the active sheet. Choose your printer, how many copies, and then select print. That's the last video in this collection of videos. I do hope you've enjoyed the videos. Please like or subscribe so that I know whether I'm producing good stuff or not. And please join us for some of our other videos. Enjoy. Bye.